Hey, good night once again. Just want to share a few words of encouragement. Hopefully, it helps you to get you on your journey or help you to realize that you're actually just stuck in traffic. As I embark on my journey to finding my ultimate self, man, I just want to share with you guys one of the things that have hindered me for years, and I know it's going to continue to hinder me. But as I pursue and continue to progress, I know I'll be able to overcome it. And I know it's something that a lot of others, like yourself and others before us, have struggled with, and that was fear. Initially, when you start out to pursue anything, that is going to be great, the element of fear always seemed to arise first. But then for some of the great, their passion and their determination, was able to override fear at an earlier stage than for some of us. For some of us, fear gets the best of us and it stagnates us. It causes us to make excuses for ourselves. It causes us, the sickness of fear, rather. It causes us to do these things. It causes your brain to be less motivated to do things. It causes you to procrastinate. It causes you to make excuses for yourself, and it causes you to do all these things that would stop that greatness from coming up and out of you and manifesting to the world. And like for myself, it has been, one of the hindrance for me. And it's until I recognize it and I acknowledge that that's what it was and that it wasn't those excuses that I kept making for myself, then I was able to execute a plan to be able to be in front of you guys today. And that took great courage and great determination and for sticking out what is it my passion was. So I just want to share that with you today, guys, because I know there's a lot of you that might be watching this video tonight or today or whenever is it that you might be able to see it. And you're in a position to where I know that there's something within you that you want to do, something great that would change and impact the world, your family, and the people around you. But fear, that spirit of fear have infected you, and you start to make excuses like myself, telling ourselves that it ain't the right timing is off, telling ourselves that we don't have enough money, telling ourselves, okay, well, we're going to do it next year, definitely, telling ourselves that we're not going to have the support, telling ourselves that, we're not adequate, we don't know enough, to venture forth, or we don't know how to. We tell ourselves all these different fallacies, and we start to believe it after a while, you see? But it's until you recognize what it is, and then is the only time you can awake out of that sleep. That's the only time you're able to overcome that fear. You see, another one is procrastination. Now that you have overcome the fear, or you are able to identify the fear, rather, because the fear is going to always be there, as you grow to your different levels in your growth. But procrastination is another dream killer, because for some of us, when stress kicks in, believe it or not, procrastination is associated with stress. When you're stressed out, you make excuses for not doing things because why? You're not motivated. Your spiritual energy is low. So you're not mobile, you're not motivated to do too much in a timely manner. You see, and things that you can probably accomplish in a shorter time, you extend it and say, man, well, if it could have been done in a half an hour, you tell yourself, oh, I give myself 2 hours to get it done. And somehow that half an hour project kind of fill up that whole space that you allotted for that 2 hour. And, it makes your day go by even longer. So I'm here to tell you, man, that you have to be aware of these two particular dream killers, and realize and recognize that when it presents itself, acknowledge what it is. Because you see, when you set out to do anything great and you have never been there before, you have never embarked on such a great task or doing something so great, your mind is going to tell you all kinds of things initially, because you don't know what to expect. And for a lot of us, we don't like fail. We don't like to fail. We don't like to look foolish. We don't like to look that, we have, sacrifice and it didn't amount to anything. So for this reason, also fear is able to linger even longer, but I'm here to tell you that don't worry about failure. Don't worry about failure. Failure is just something that, you can be, it can be fixed. Basically, whatever is it that you fail at, it can be fixed if you stick it out. Because a lot of great inventions and a lot of great things we're utilizing today, I sure that they have failed at it, and they had to keep going back to the drawing board over and over before they get it right. You see, failure just basically lets us know that, hey, listen, we just haven't figured it out yet. That's all it is. So don't be afraid to look foolish. Don't allow your fears to keep telling you to keep putting your dreams and your aspiration off every day, every year, because you're never going to amount to anything. You're going to always live in that mediocre life. And, you're going to eventually, when you become of age, you might have regrets. you know Continue to live your life to the fullest and do the things that are necessary to overcome the fear. Procrastination, if you procrastinate a lot, even though you might start on some of your projects, for me, I struggle with it sometimes. And what I've realized is that if I plan my days ahead, then it gives me something to accomplish the day that's coming. I put a time to it, when it needs, how long that particular task supposed to last. And so I keep myself accomplishing little tasks. For those that are out there that procrastinate a lot, do little projects instead of being overwhelmed by thinking that you have to do so much in such small period of time. Do little milestones. Set little tasks for yourself, and when you accomplish those little tasks, even reward yourself. Say, okay, instead of working out for a whole hour, say, what, I'm going to do it, say, for 5 minutes. And with telling yourself you're going to do it for 5 minutes, at least once you get up and you're motivated and you're doing it for 5 minutes, you might find yourself going into 10 minutes. So set smaller tasks for yourself, plan your days ahead, and these things are going to help you to overcome that procrastination and recognize fear when it presents itself. Because anytime you start to doubt or you second guess yourself, you ask yourself now, is it because of these things I'm telling myself are the issues, or is it because I'm afraid of what the outcome is going to be? And because I don't want to address the outcome or even be in a situation with how the negative outcome might be, this is why I'm making excuses. Because it's something that I had to do, and I had to recognize that I was the problem. Okay, none of those issues that I keep making for myself. All right, so this is Kanai once again. Hopefully this was able to help someone. Share this video if you would like. It might help someone to get them to the next stage of growth. All right, shalom.